Welcome to Lost Our Home Pet Foundation. Here's our reception area. Everything in the shelter has been donated, everything from the reception desk to all the furniture, all the cabinetry, all the storage shelves. Everything you see here has been donated from organizations that were moving, and nothing here wound up in the city dump. Everything was able to get repurposed here. Here coming up you can see our main cat room, which is viewable from the reception. This is an area we keep for merchandise. Everything there has been donated and we sell to help for donations for animals. And we do have Lost Our Home Pet Foundation t-shirts for sale for volunteers or the public. We have plenty of flyers that talk about the things that we do, so people that come in can easily learn all about us. This is our food bank, and our food bank is where we store all the pet food that we give back out to the community. So families that are in need of food because they can't afford it can come to us, and this is where we take in all the inventory, store everything in a pretty organized fashion, and then disperse it back out to the public as needed. We also do store things for the shelter in here. All this food in here has been donated, all the supplies in here are donated, along with all the shelving. This is Daly's Pooch Place, which is our dog side. Everything is set up to be little homes for all of the dogs. They're community dog rooms. Each room ranges from 8 by 8 to about 10 by 12. And every room will have anywhere from usually 2 to 5 dogs, depending on how big the dogs are and how big the room is. We try to make the place look as homey as possible, and this is our little neighborhood. Hello. Here we're walking, and straight ahead you can see the indoor play yard, and then over here to the left you can see one of the dog rooms. We have some of the smaller dogs. Next is our back area and laundry room, which is also part of the same dog adoption room we were just looking in. We got a couple of volunteers working today, as you can see. Now we're heading toward the laundry area. Howlers Inn is where we have all of our temporary care dogs, our low-income boarding dogs, and isolation of every new dog that comes in. This is that they can be separated from other dogs. All the kennels back here are either 5 by 10 or 10 by 10. We have 8 5 by 10 kennels, and we have 7 5 by 5 kennels. I try to make this room look a little homey too. It's not quite as homey looking since it is kennels versus rooms though, unfortunately. Next is our Pooch Playground, which is 2 big play yards for the dogs to play in, go potty and do their business. We have some play pools in the Arizona sun. Some of the dogs that like the water like to get in the pools. A couple of dog houses just for them to hang out in when they're wanting just to hang out versus run around. This is the mister system you see here. That was a Eagle Scout project. They put them up for us. Help to keep it cooler in this Arizona heat. Dogs have a minimum of 4 playtimes a day. With more volunteers, they get out even more often. Now we're going on to the cat side, which is called Whisker Row. This is a hallway which leads to all the cat rooms. The cat rooms are all on the front of the building. They all have got windows that can look outside. The first one is our main one, is the Kitty Cat Country Club. We're heading there right now. This is our biggest room. This is also the one that you saw from the lobby. This room typically has between 20 to 30 cats, on the higher side if it's really kittens versus adults. The rooms are separated by the cats' behaviors, so cats that are more active and playful will be together, cats that are less active and playful will be together. All the cat rooms, as you can see, are community cat rooms. They are just free to run around as they want. Lots of cat condos for them to play in and play on. And Cat's not so sure about the camera. The next cat room is called Meow Manor. We did have a good time coming up with the names of these rooms. This room is smaller than the main cat room, so there's less cats. We'll have up to 10 cats in this room here. Lots of different litter boxes everywhere and food dishes everywhere, so they all have their own space. Curious about the camera. Next is Tomcat Towers. Another room for adoptable cats. This one is probably our least active cat room. That's Chopper right there. He's very curious. Smell the camera. Cat carrier provides just more bedding that is enclosed for them. Our Prairie Time Lodge is a place where we have our temporary care pets and our low-income boarding cats. There's kennels in here because if the cats cannot be with other cats, they have to have some space separate. So if they've not been tested for FIV or FBLV, they have to stay in these kennels. We do rotate playtime. There are loose cats in here too. And those are the cats that have been tested already. Any cat that's here for a length of time for temporary care gets tested so they could be loose. The ones that are here for a very short time period stay in the kennels unless we have proof that they've been tested. That's a double kennel actually that we're looking at right now. The Second Chance Wellness Center is where we have cats that are under medical observation. Either they are sick, contagious, or we have to just kind of watch them to make sure that they're eating enough food. If we're not sure if they're too scared to be in a main cat room and want to have someone keep an eye on them, they'll go in here until we know that they're safe to be in a community cat room. These kennels actually are all 3 stories there. They've got holes that go to them, so each of those, there's 4 total that are 3 stories each. They have plenty of room to run around up and down. We had a vet office come in and organize our whole medical room for us. Outside the medical room is the volunteer room, and right now it looks like a cat room, and that's because we are overflowing on cats. These 5 cats came from one family that was living in their car in the Arizona heat that is deadly, so we made room for them by putting them into the volunteer room. And as room opens up in the temporary care room, we'll put them in there. You can see lockers for our volunteers. We also have an on-site staff room, which is for somebody who can stay here overnight. We prefer to have 24-hour care for our pets, just somebody here in case of emergency. This is where that person would stay. There's a shower here, a bed, a little kitchen. Next is the Kibble Cafe, which is where we prepare all the food for the pets. The dogs get fed twice a day with dry food and they get treats. The cats get free fed with the dry food, and then they get wet food mixed with a lot of water twice a day, and that gives them all the extra hydration that they need. You can see we store bowls and food for the pets here. Temporary care and boarding pets have their own food they bring in and get stored here too. And our whiteboards help us know which pets are where, and if they have any kind of special feeding instructions or anything going on we know about. The extra special kitty cubby is for cats that are FIV positive. We actually have 2 cats right now that are FIV positive, so they're separated from the other cats. This gives them their own little room that they're free to run around in. These cats also like to be in the front reception area too. When we're closed, we let them run around everywhere where there's no other cats. We have a section with a few offices. This is the executive director's office. You'll notice that the offices all have doggy gates because we keep pets in the offices too. We try to pull pets out from the kennel areas and go into the offices so they have a break from there. This is going down the hallway toward the other office and the Volunteer Academy, which is our training room. It's also the room we use for board meetings. And we're going to go in there right now. This room has been really great for us to have. It's a quiet place so we can train volunteers and hold meetings. You can show PowerPoints on that TV. Everything in here is donated, all the cabinetry, all the whiteboards, the TV, the chairs, the tables. Everything you see in here has been donated. And here's some pictures. We have a photographer that comes in and does pictures of all of our pets. We get them, she prints them out for us, and we hang them up and try to put as many pictures of our pets all over the whole shelter to keep the mission in front of everybody. And we think she does a really great job. She definitely shows her story. Rescue Me.